Well, we are so excited that you all could join us today. And like I said, we have a hard stop just before 10:30 because I know you all are really busy too. And a couple of us are flying solo today with our kids, so be prepared for who knows what may happen. But we are so happy you're here. And Lexi and I, we're going to do some sharing today. Just a lot of the people on the call are our team members, and we want to give everybody an opportunity to get to know us a little bit better and spotlight some of the different team members each week. We do these calls every Tuesday at 10 Eastern. But today we want to get to know Lexi a little bit more, and certainly if there's a question you think of along the way, you can, go off mute, ask your question, put it in the chat bar. Several of the ladies will help make sure we answer anything coming in. But okay, well, Lexi, are you ready?
Awesome. Sure, no pressure.
No, this is all good. Okay, so do you like to go by Lexi or Alexis? I always call you Lexi.
Yes, Lexi. That kind of started when I was like 16, and it's kind of stuck.
Okay, awesome. Well, and I get that because I have two first names pretty much. I go by Sarah Whitney, and a lot of times people don't realize that because it is very confusing. It sounds like it could be a last name, but it's actually a double name. So good. Just want to make sure we get the names straight right off the bat. And where are you from, Lexi?
So I am in Southern Ohio in the Lancaster area here, and I've been here for about 15 years or so. My family moved down here. We're originally from Columbus, but my family moved down here, and we have not moved since. So we've been here, and we're going to build a home here too.
Oh, that's awesome. And you said we. So who is the we?
Me and my husband and my three boys. They are the oldest is 8, Daniel, and then Caleb is 5, and Jordan is 4.
Oh, wow. You have your hands full for sure. Well, I don't have 3, but I have got 2 girls. Lydia's 7 and Allison's 5. And we're here in Central Kentucky, so go Big Blue, go Wildcats. But yes, I was born and raised here too, have left, and my husband and I, we are approaching next month 14 years, a wedding anniversary, and we like to stay close to family, and it's nice to have the help around, so I totally get that. Now, obviously, we met, Lexi and I met last year at our annual summer conference for all of our teams, so hundreds and hundreds, thousands of coaches and team members were there, and I got to meet Lexi for the first time, but we were always in groups or going to do a workout or listening in on a session that we didn't really get to just have one-on-one conversations, so it's good to get to know you more. So how did you get started? I don't think I know the answer to this. So how did you get started on your journey, your nutrition and fitness journey?
So I feel like Beachbody found me because it all started with my husband having a conversation with Brandy. They work together, and she would just share with him, and they're both talkers, so they would talk and talk and talk, and then he comes home and shares everything with me and would just tell me about what this woman was telling him, and then he just had this I really think that this could be the route for what you're searching for. So I feel like it just kind of found me, but I was also in the season of searching because I was very much, if I was diagnosed with postpartum depression, that probably would have been it, because I had 3 under 4, and then we also went through a deployment with Josh and with my husband, and I just could not find me again. And so I had done Beachbody workouts, but never completed them. They sat on my shelf when the DVD cases and all that. And then, but then I also worked at a gym, 2 gyms. I don't know if anybody remembers Curves, but that kind of started. It's a long time ago, but that kind of started. I actually worked there for a while, and then I can't remember one of the names, but the most recent was a local gym here, and I kind of just got in there. I worked in the childcare, and then I worked the front desk, and just kind of worked at the gym, and I loved it. I loved the community of everything, and so I always just thought that I just had to wait till my kids were old enough to really work on me again. And so when this kind of came around, and my husband was just like, yeah, what if you just try this, talk to Brandy, like can start conversation with her and just kind of see. And so he didn't push, he just kept offering. And so I finally, through lots of conversations with Brandy, I fought her for a while and then just kind of dove in.
That's so relatable. I think so many of us on the call can relate to different aspects of your story. Now, do you and Brandy live close to each other right now?
We live in the same state, but we're probably, 2 hours away?
Okay, I wasn't sure since your spouse worked with her. So, okay. Well, I can really relate to that. And like when you said you didn't feel like yourself anymore, and if you were to self-diagnose that going through like a postpartum, I can very much relate to that. Like after my second daughter was born, I tried all kinds of different things. I did supplements, Avocare, I think. No, I don't even remember what it's called. Maybe that's what it was, but like help curb your appetite. And I couldn't even hardly swallow the pills anymore. I just felt like this is so disgusting. I might get sick from trying to take all this medicine before I eat. And then on top of work calls, trying to like time it all out. I'm like, this is just too much. And it doesn't feel healthy because I shouldn't have to take something to make me become healthier.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I can relate to the story that you were saying about the gym, because we had been, even in high school, I was always really active. I did my, I think we had like these co-op projects, and I did mine on personal trainer. I had my sister follow me around the gym, and I did a whole co-op program my senior year with the personal trainer, and that's what I thought I wanted to see. But I got very much into, I think, my head, and thought that that's what people in society didn't want me to do, so I never pursued it further. But I've always had that passion for health and fitness and wanting to learn more. And then, okay, fast forward to college, I actually worked for Weight Watchers, became a lifetime member for them. So weight has always been something that I've had to be conscientious about if I wanted to maintain a certain weight. Like, I had to be conscientious of what I was feeding myself. And then once Aaron and I got married, we became very active in the gym near our home, which didn't have childcare. So that became a problem when we had kids, because I very much enjoyed the group classes and the friends I met, and just hopping in there. Sometimes I didn't really know what I was doing. I wish if I had all the tools I have now to go back, and like I wouldn't have wasted so much time just like walking on the treadmill or sitting on a weight machine wondering what I should do with it. But I did like the community, and I was really sad for a long time after my second child, not feeling like I could ever go to the gym, because my husband also, he works for the fire department, so their shifts are 24 hours a day. He leaves the house at 6 a.m. and then he does not get home until the next morning at 7. So for me to go to the gym even in the morning before the kids get up, he leaves one day at 6 a.m. and doesn't even get off. He didn't actually walk into the door until 7:30 the next day. So that wasn't really possible for me, on top of also having my own job that I had to be at work by 8 o'clock. So you can see how like 2 out of 3 days, as far as a morning routine, going somewhere was not really feasible. So I don't know. I ended up following Ashley, who's actually on the call. I followed her for nearly a year because a friend at work had told me, like, you should follow this girl. She just became a coach and she's doing really great. You should check her out. So I started watching her, and then I thought, this is too much. I can't do this. But I kept watching, and then I finally had a moment where after my daughter's dance recital, my oldest dance recital, we took a family picture, and I felt very much like I didn't recognize, like kind of what you said, like, see, I didn't recognize myself anymore. No, I didn't think what I saw in the picture, I couldn't believe was me. I didn't think that's even what I looked like. I didn't recognize my spirit anymore. It wasn't even just so much the look, but didn't recognize who inside I was anymore, and I needed help. So within 2 days, I reached out to Ashley because I knew that she was showing up every day, and I wanted to form those consistent behaviors. And so anyway, that's what led me to Beachbody, and I'm so happy to be on that journey. But now that we're here, how has coaching? How long have you been coaching?
Say that again.
Oh, Lexi, how long have you been a coach?
Oh, well, actively like doing this since actually Summit last year in July. So yeah.
Right about a year. That's awesome.
Yep.
And you feel like coaching has helped? In what ways has it helped you on your own personal?
To keep showing up for myself, to keep just pushing through and still be here. Otherwise, I probably might have given up by now. But definitely first a challenger at all times. Just trying to better myself in this journey. So,
yeah, I agree. I think knowing that there's other people counting on me is what keeps me going, because I know that there's been, even right now, what we're going through can be a tough time for some people. And even before this has all happened, there's been tough times I've gone through, or it could even just be like a holiday comes in and sweeps you off your feet, and then next thing you know, you're back in old habits. And so, without this community, or without having people I feel like are counting on me to show up every day, like I probably would have circled back to old habits and potentially not come back around for another year before I decided, okay, I got to get back on it. So I just love that we do have this community and all of you, because I do feel like you said, like, it helps me to continue showing up every day, because not one way to count on yourself, but others are counting on you too and looking at you as a role model. So I really do appreciate that. Now, what program are you doing right now?
I think I heard you. I'm doing 10 rounds right now.
Oh, okay. And now, is this the first round you've done it, or have you gone a couple of times through that program?
This is the first round of 10 rounds.
Okay,
and I'm doing it with a group. I think it's awesome. I love feeling empowered by throwing some punches. And
so this is a boxing program that you're doing?
Yes, this is a boxing program and a weightlifting. It's got some weightlifting in it too, and I've really enjoyed. I don't think I would like doing boxing every single day, but having the weightlifting in there, and then the footwork is quite challenging, but it's fun. So it's been really good.
Awesome.
I can feel my core. My core is definitely, I can feel it. So like that's why I'm right now I'm very adamant on honing in on my nutrition, because I know it's there. I just need to get it there. I need to be able to see it.
I'm with you there. I feel like that's one of the most difficult areas for me to tone personally. And I've been trying out the boxing as well, and have really enjoyed it. I like the days in between. At first I felt really uncomfortable because I did not feel coordinated enough, or like a boxer to do it. But now I'm actually on my second round through, and I do feel more comfortable. And I like the days off in between where we do the lifting, because that's what I tend to gravitate towards as far as workout programs. And then I really like how he ends the end of each workout with some ab exercises, because they've been really good and different than what I've done in the past.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Now, since we've been in quarantine, what all has changed in your life, like on a day-to-day basis?
Before this, I saw my vehicle every single day. I had drop off at 7:45, and then a drop off at 8:15, and then a pickup at 11 or 12:15, and then a turnaround and picked up at 3 o'clock, and then you go into your evening routines, and I felt like I was always struggling for time. And I have those pockets, but I always had somebody also with me, and those pickups were every single day. But I always had my youngest with me at least twice. He was 2 days a week. I can't even remember anymore. But now I don't go anywhere, and I have a lot. I get to manage my time a lot, how I want it to be managed. And that has been really, honestly, the introvert in me has totally enjoyed that. So.
Oh, it's crazy how similar we are in some ways, because I really have too. Like, as much as I like my girls to be involved in things, I sometimes felt like maybe I was doing too much to keep up with someone else, or for them to get the same experiences that other kids were doing, when in reality, what I've enjoyed the most is helping them further with their education, doing more Bible studies together, helping them learn how to cook, do more chores, and just spending quality time at home. And it's reminded me so much of the summers I had growing up. My mom was a teacher, so she was off with us in the summers, and it was just, we started our day off with chores, work, and then playtime, and that's kind of what we've been doing here. But it has been nice not having to run all over the place. I know I had a 30 to 45-minute commute one way for my job each morning and afternoon. So I feel like I have gained so much more time with my family, and just to be able to put energy into the things I love, not being in the car, and it's been great. So. But I've got one last question, because I know your attention is needed there at home too. What good reads are you into right now, or audiobooks? What are you listening to?
Okay, so I'm still working through this, but Get Out of Your Head book by Jenny Allen has been fabulous. It's been where I've needed to be. Not be, actually, I should say. And what is the other one that You're the Girl for the Job is another one I've been working through. I had given Brandy. I gave Brandy a copy, I think. Those are just really good faith-based books that I have really enjoyed. I also am listening on audio, John Maxwell's A Great Leader Asks Great Questions, and I've enjoyed that too. I do need to learn how to do that.
I haven't listened or read. I'm kind of dabbling on several things right now. Like, I like to hop into Rachel Hollis's page, and her husband, I'll catch some of the snippets that they share on a day-to-day basis. Even though it's not a book, like, I do get information out of their daily shares that they put on their Facebook pages. I've got several audiobooks going on, so it kind of depends on my mood. Then I listen to the one I want something from. But Candace, is it Bure, DJ Tanner? That's what we know her by, DJ. It's been out for a while, but I had never downloaded it. I do a lot of audiobooks because I can do that better and multitask with other things going on at home. But I think it's The Kind is Classy, or Classy is Kind, something like that. Someone here probably remembers the title for sure. But so I've been listening to that, and then I actually just downloaded it, which has been around for a while. So I'm probably like behind the times, which is usually how I operate as far as what is recent. But it's the Energy Bus, because everybody still keeps going back that has been in our community, and they're still talking about that book. So I'm like, well, I can't believe I still haven't read it. Oh, my dog just got home from the vet, so I don't know what's going to happen next. But anyway, yes, I love that is incorporated into our routines. Just to even spend 15 minutes a day diving into some of them that we look to for some inspiration, or to further our education, so that we're always learning and growing. Because I don't know about you, Lexi, but I feel like this journey has been not even as much of a physical transformation, but the mental transformation, because
Absolutely.
I have gained so much confidence, whether that be applied to my relationship with my husband, my leadership skills as a mom. I know we're always figuring that out on a day-to-day basis, but there's things that even from the materials that we listen and read to that I can incorporate into that. And then even in my job and in my career. So this has really made me well-rounded and to be more like the person that I long to be. You know, there's always room for growth, and I'm always stretching for more, but I'm just proud of all of us here on this call, because I know we have made a lot of strides to growing ourselves personally. And it's not all about just the physical transformation, but the mental too. So.
Oh, absolutely. I think that like that's what really started the journey anyway. My first program was that I actually completed was Transform 20. And it was not a Transform 20 for my body, though I did get to see some results from that, but it was all about, and Shanti really had like the right verbiage, the right words every time. I found myself crying so many times in that program the first time I went around, and because it was so impactful, I just did it right again. Like the next round, I just went right back into it because there was still mental stuff that I just needed to fight through. It was very empowering.
I like that because he's my weekend workout lately. I've been doing him because I like that they're 20 minutes and I like the inspiration. I get it too. So have you read his book?
No, I have not.
I haven't either. I think Ashley has. Maybe some others have. So that's one we'll have to put on our list, Lexi.
Yeah,
so.
Definitely.
Well, I know we're bumping up against our time, but before we hop off, does anybody have any questions that we could answer or anything in the chat bar? Oh, kind of question. Good. Yes, interviewer. All right. Well, I guess that's all that we have today, but make sure that if you had any questions that we didn't uncover today, that you reach out to the person that invited you, and we're more than happy to fill you in and let you know what we have going on as far as our next challenge group. Yes, we'll take a picture, but we are a community, and the ladies that you see here, we get together in the mornings, we chat in our groups, we're like in communication all the time. So during the time that we can feel that some of us may feel very isolated from normal situation, this is a community that we can gravitate towards, and we all have challenge groups starting up where we will dive into the fitness and nutrition aspects as well as the mental growth that we were talking about. So we certainly want to help get you connected to the community that is what you're looking for. So oh, and Ashley's going to take our picture, and then we'll talk soon.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Cheese. All right, let me bring my camera down. One more. Awesome. All right, thanks everybody for joining. We'll see you next week, if not before on morning workouts.